The Modi, I think next year would be in a stronger and a better position to take the people along in making initially some small openings towards Pakistan. Because I think a consensus is developing that there is a need in case India wants to project itself, as a power in the region, that it's important to improve relations first with the neighboring countries. So that having said, Mujib Saab, the point that you raised is a million dollar question. That in Pakistan we also need what you called a charismatic leader to take it forward. It's a big ask. It really requires the support to build a national consensus, a political leader who can build a national consensus by taking on board all the stakeholders. I think that person, that leader, will be in a better position to take forward the agenda of improvement of relations with India. Uh, and when I talk of these factors, I'm sure you know what I mean. So I think that is important that there is a national consensus which is developed in Pakistan for the peace process with India to bring all stakeholders, including the core constituencies, the media, the opposition, everybody on board. And that is when you have a person in Pakistan who can initiate the process in a manner that it is not, immediately reversed. So for that, this consensus is important. And I think on the other side, that consensus is there with a strong leader uh, in the context of India. So I think that is possible. Now, coming back to the issues, I think we need to realize the ground realities as they exist today. Let's talk about Kashmir. The Indians say that Jammu and Kashmir issue is done, dusted, over. Where do we go from here? I think we need to develop a strong, viable narrative, a new narrative on the issue. We need to continue highlighting the atrocities, the human rights violation, the negation of the promises made to the Kashmiris by the international community, by the UN, by every country. So we need to continue with that on that path. But at the same time, there is a need for some serious introspection within Pakistan also. Uh, are we going to just keep harping on the tune that unless Article 370 is brought back, whatever little I know of the situation, I don't think India would now ever agree to bringing Article 370 back. And let's not give it undue importance, in my view. I think the important thing is that we need to talk to the Indians about Kashmir. And that also brings me to another point that in the bilateral context, today, international, whatever exists today, the status quo suits India. India wants to remove Pakistan from the equation in Kashmir. We should not allow that to happen. We should keep the issue alive. And we should go to the international friends, to global friends, and talk about the new realities. We should be proactive rather than reactive, a point that Azaz made, that we are India centric. And in my view, we no harm in being India centric because that is one of the biggest threats that we face. So our policies, our dialogue, etc., we need to talk about India. If that means India centric, fine. To that extent, yes. It comes up in every discourse, in every discussion which takes place in Pakistan, be it on the media, amongst the political parties, opposition, the government, whatever, all the stakeholders. So, uh, how do we move from here? I think we need to engage India on issues. There's an element of simultaneity which was introduced many, many years ago. I remember at that time we were stuck on the policy that Kashmir first and no other issue can be discussed. Then we switched over, we graduated, we progressed to a point which led to the composite dialogue process, that all issues can be discussed at the same time. We can start with issues which are doable, in my view. In that, it's people to people contact, it's trade also, provided we have done the adequate homework, which we have. Our Ministry of Commerce has huge uh, material on what is good for us, what is not good for us. And as I said, Pakistan India Business Forum should meet. And then people to people contact, religious tourism, that has, in a sense, started. People have started from Pakistan going to uh, Ajmer Sharif and other places. The Hindu pilgrims are coming to Katas Raj and other places. So that has started. I'm told that medical visas have also started. So I think gradually we are proceeding in that direction. But all this will have to wait till governments in both countries are in position and we have developed sufficient national consensus immediately. This will not happen immediately after the elections. It may take 2 3 months for that. But I think since this is such an existential threat for us, we should give it topmost priority and start with that. Uh, the point about being India centric is ours. I think that there is a reason for that, and no harm, in my view, no harm, because we need to talk and discuss and debate the immediate threats that we have. I remember the Indian Army chief talking about a phrase that he used, non-contact warfare with Pakistan. That we will now be engaging with non-contact warfare, hybrid warfare. And we have seen manifestation of that horrible policy in Pakistan, the attacks that are perpetrated against people in Pakistan. Yes, we have the other element also coming from the other side of the border, but let's not ignore the threats that are coming in. And one more point is ours on something that you have written so well and so extensively. Isn't it time for us to look at Gilgit Baltistan and giving it a provisional provincial status? We need to do that also in the context of CPEC. There are a number of projects in GB. We need to provide guarantees and assurances to people, and we can do that once we have and we all know that there are possibilities of doing that. Article 1 of the Pakistani Constitution can be amended accordingly. That's subject to a final decision of the issue. Provisionally, we have Gilgit Baltistan, and maybe later on we talk about Azad Kashmir as well. So I will end here and then proceed as we go forward.
There was a question from Dr. Kamar Chima, maybe while you have spoken on all other subjects. He said that Indians argue that we don't know whom to talk to in Pakistan. Yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
May I
Yeah.
come on that, please? They have also discussed it with me, and I tell them that this is a mantra that I've heard ad nauseum. We don't know whom to talk to. The people we want to talk to, they don't talk to us, and the ones that we talk to, they cannot deliver. Now let me come back to the agreement 2021 agreements on the line of
Sir, your voice has gone down
the
suddenly.
if you look at the agreement in the two DGMOs,
Yeah.
there is a clause there which says, and no harm in mentioning it because it's a public document. There is a clause which says that the DGMO signed agreement, that the two entities would also look at other issues which have bedeviled relations between India and Pakistan. For me, that was a first, something like that for the first time that I noticed appearing in a document of that nature signed between the two DGMOs. Fine. So obviously it
Sir,
was
your
taken
sound,
as
sir, your voice,
Your
your
voice
voice.
has gone down.
and then I made the point to the frank, you tell us that the people that we want to talk to, they don't talk to us. I said, here is an opening for you. Bring up the issues. We are prepared to talk to you at every level, at every forum which gives you the comfort level. So, we can, this argument is ours, is, uh, is not tenable. In my view, it is absolutely bogus. When the Indians say we don't know whom to talk to, damn it, let's start talking and then put that, test that whether they want to, we, and as I said earlier in response to Mujib Saab's point, that once this national consensus is developed in Pakistan, involving everyone, including all the stakeholders, then I think the Indians would realize that the discussions that are going to take place with us, the people who are going to make that uh, discussion, have that discussion, they have the support of everyone who matters in Pakistan, the parliament, the media, the people, the stakeholders. So this argument by the Indians, we don't know whom to talk to, they know very well whom to talk to. And I've given you this example of an agreement which, for the first time in my view, states that all issues can be discussed between the two sides. It was a document on the agreement on the line of control. Thank you.